Option 2 from our double leg takedown. This is probably one of the best principles when shooting a double leg. And that is our finishing position. We want to have our lower half on the opposite side to the chin strap or guillotine threat. So when I shoot a takedown on Nick, if he's going for the guillotine and he's not sprawling his hips back, he's actually making it quite easy for me to pick him up. Very easy to pick him up. If his hips are away from me, I'm having to lift his body from further away. It's going to be much tougher to lift him. If his hips are in because he's going for a chin strap, any variation of guillotine, we can lift him very easily. But what's key here is when we lift him, we bring their legs to the opposite side we want our body to. So our head and our lower half are on the opposite side. What do I mean by this? I mean that if I take Nick down, he grabs that guillotine and I lift his legs and I just place him down here. You see how my lower half and my head are on the same side of Nick's body. That means he can easily start reinserting his knee and threatening the submission. However, if we shoot the double and we emphasize that we lift, so he locks up that guillotine, I lift his legs and I place him on the other side of my body so that my head and my legs are on opposite sides of Nick's body here. Now he has no ability whatsoever to finish the submission threat. He's just gonna burn his arms out from here. So I want you to remember that that's wherever we're shooting. It could be a standing shot. I take my shot on Nick, I drop to both knees, my hips come in. And again, it's easy for me to lift Nick's hips because if he's diving for a guillotine, his hips are close to us here. If he starts sprawling out, he's not really going for a guillotine. You see how much harder it's gonna be for me to lift. So when we take that shot and we pick them up, make sure you get their legs to the opposite side. We want our head and our lower half on opposite sides of Nick's body. You have to be ready for this, whatever style of shot, whether it's a standing shot or even a shot from double guard pull. From when I pull guard. Sometimes I can come up for a shot here. Nick immediately latches on, applies a submission threat. I pop my hips in, I bring his legs to the opposite side here. And again, once we're in this position, there's no submission threat. Probably one of your most simple answers, providing you have the ability to lift your opponent. Typically a shot of this nature is when both our knees are on the floor. We're able to get our hips in and really lift them to drag their legs to the opposite side.